1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your door. Hey guys, Hunter Trevorrow here with a movie review. I was in the process of making a movie. I pressed the shutdown button by accident, so I got to redo the whole thing. So I'm not going to go into great detail like I did in the first one. So I'm just going to go off with here to do a movie review. And after this one, I'll be doing a trailer review for The Evil Dead. But right now, we'll start off my movie review with A Nightmare on Elm Street, the 2009 edition. The 2009 edition, not the best. At all. Not the best Nightmare on Elm Street movie, but hey, it's a Nightmare on Elm Street movie. No matter what, it's probably considered a classic, I don't know. But anyway, the original Nightmare on Elm Street was directed in 1986 or 87. Not for sure on that one, but I'm pretty sure it's 86. Directed by Wes Craven. The original Nightmare on Elm Street consisted of Robert Englund, some girl named Heather that I can't remember her last name to, and Johnny Depp, believe it or not. His very first movie role, Johnny Depp. Played a character named Glenn. Robert Englund plays Freddy Krueger, the only person to ever play Freddy Krueger besides Jackie Earle Haley. Robert Englund did the movies and even a small TV series that went on for a couple of years. I think only 2 years, maybe 3. So, we know Freddy Krueger as Robert Englund, no one else. So it's hard to portray up to his his shoes. You can't really, you can't do it. I mean, you can try your best, but you can't. I give Jackie Earle Haley credit for doing it because he had big shoes to fill, and I'm pretty sure he took a lot of criticism for it. So let's start out your movie review. The movie starts out with the character from Twilight you'll know as Emmett. I don't know his name, so I'm just gonna refer to him as Emmett. Starts off in a diner, and he starts off with the dream sequence, and he's in this diner, and he's dreaming, and they introduce Freddy for the first time. Great way to enter the Freddy character. So, I'll give you a little bit of prop there. That was good. But the main thing that's going to come out of this movie review is the Jackie Earle Haley, the makeup, some of the scenes, and some of the kills. Now, the original movie started off with Tina running through the alleyways, running away from Freddy, and then, the really famous scene where he has his arms stretched out and he's clawing the sides. That's not in this movie. It starts, like I said, it starts off in a diner. Some of the scenes are still the same. There's one kill in particular that I can remember that's the same. But that's about it. There's a kill where, just like in the original movie, where Tina falls asleep. But in this movie, it's Chris. Chris falls asleep, and she gets risen from the bed. And then Freddy slashes her stomach, and then she dies. And in the original, her boyfriend gets blamed for the murder, just like in this one, except for her ex-boyfriend gets blamed for the murder because he was there and he was covered in blood. He goes to jail, just like in the original movie. He dies in prison, just like in the original movie. The only thing different about this is, instead of being hung, he gets he gets his hand through the stomach. So that's definitely different. But it wasn't a good different, but it was it brought up a little flavor for the movie. So it was definitely pretty graphic, that's for sure. There's some very disturbing images in this movie, very for sure. I think it says it right there on the rating. It says strong, bloody, violent, and very disturbing images. Which that's very true in this movie. There's a couple jump scare scenes where you're like, whoa, 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 whoa. I didn't expect that at all. But now the makeup, if you watch, they go. You can't just look at the makeup and go, "Yeah, that's awful." If you have the right movie, then you can watch the special features and you'll see the in depth of the makeup and how Jackie Earle Haley felt about the makeup. But one in particular thing that sticks out to me, and I'm sure a lot of people noticed, I know my mom noticed for sure, is on his left and right cheek. Hold up. Excuse me. His left and right cheek, there are two really dark spots. Now that's where the green screen came in, and it made the two spots darker. And they said they did this to make so it looks like an actual burn victim. I'm not too much of a fan of it. I think they should have just straight up with the just the prosthetics, because back in the 1980s they didn't have the makeup effects like they did now. So that takes away from the value a little bit. The original ranked the original ranked 7.5 stars out of 10 according to IMDb. The remake scored 5.1 stars out of 10. Not quite the original, just a couple stars and a couple points off, but that's going to happen with the remake. I think the only thing that I've seen different with remakes is the Evil Dead remake ranked 0.1 higher than the original. So I'm definitely curious to see that movie. So One Wheel and I and a couple of other friends are going to see the premiere of Evil Dead. So I'll be doing a trailer on that one, a movie review on that one. So watch for that later today. But the main concept of this movie I want to talk about is Jackie Earle Haley playing Freddy Krueger. Because like I said before, we all know Freddy Krueger as Robert Englund. So there's one or two scenes where he's got the laugh down perfectly to sound like Robert Englund's laugh. A little darker. Jeffrey. Huh. Woo. Okay. Jackie Earle Haley definitely made this role darker than Robert Englund did. Definitely darker. He had a little bit of comedy to it, but the directors and the producers did that for a reason. They wanted this to be like the original, but they wanted it to be different at the same time. So there's a couple scenes where he makes you laugh a couple, but if you know Robert Englund's Freddy, he made you laugh in almost every movie. There's one in particular movie that I think it's number 5. Nightmare on Elm Street 5. But it's punchlines right then and there, just going off right there, and that's not classic Robert Englund, but it's still Robert Englund, so that's cool. Look at me, cue ball. Anyway, the original was directed by Wes Craven. I can't remember if I said that or not, but now, so there's a couple scenes in the remake that are, like I said earlier, that are like the original. Like I said, the kill scene, the scene where Nancy's laying in the bathtub and she's got her legs spread and the claw comes up, and then when Nancy's mom comes in, the claw goes back down. That's in the original. And something I didn't realize until just a couple of minutes ago, the scene where Nancy falls asleep like against the wall, and then he comes out of the wall. 1986, horrible graphics, but for the decade, it was for the time, it was really good. You look at it now and you think that's really weird. He just came straight out in the original, and in the remake, he comes out and he curves to look at her. So different, but the same at the same time. Same at the same time. That was funny. Anyway. That's all I got for you, really. The plot is definitely different too. The original one, it was just the parents killed him in just like a house by fire, just straight up fire. That's it. Now, in this movie, it brings together the combination of the parents killing them and a daycare that these kids used to go to. The original didn't have any daycares. That just wasn't it. So, plot was kind of different. You know, just bringing the daycare factor into it was just kind of unnecessary. But, you know, that's Hollywood. Whatever. We'll never understand unless we direct a good horror movie that's based on the original. So, that's all I got for you for this movie review. So, let me grab it real quick. A Nightmare on Elm Street 2009 edition. For me, I'm gonna give it it's good, but it's very forgettable. To be honest, I forgot it was in my collection until I looked at it today, and I was just like, oh yeah, that's right, that was in there. I've got the other two. I've got the other 8 movies, so of course I'm gonna get the remake. So, boom. Oh wait. Yeah. Boom. No. Boom. There we go. Anyway, there was a sequel that was said to come out, and Jackie Earle Haley was supposed to reprise his role, and then the girl that plays Nancy was supposed to reprise her role, but I've been looking at that for the past 3 years, and nothing's came up. So when that happens, you know, I'll let you guys know. But anyway, Nightmare on Elm Street 2009, good but very forgettable. I'll be back in about 5 more minutes to do another review on the Evil Dead 2 trailer, so guys, stay tuned for that. If you guys like this video, if you guys think it was a good time, leave a comment below, like my video. Do that every time. If you enjoyed what you liked here, watch the other videos on this side, and I'll catch up with you guys in a few minutes. See you later.